So you mean to tell me that no African country wants the silly Malians? I was just watching, I don't even know what I was watching, but they said if certain African countries allow Somalians to come to their country, they're going to go to the streets because they don't want the Somalians. They don't want the Somalians in their country. Silly Malians. I thought y'all was the best. I thought y'all was smart. I thought y'all had that good hair. I thought y'all had that good nose. They don't want you in other African countries. They said go back to Mogadishu. Go back to silly Malia. Why don't y'all want to go back to silly Malia? So none of the other African countries want Somalians that are getting deported from the United States and other places.
Somalia has been excluded from Kenya's new visa-free travel policy, and many people are outraged. While citizens from most African and Caribbean nations can now enter Kenya without a visa, Somalis have been specifically left out. Both countries are members of the East African community, which makes this decision even more controversial. Kenyans online argue that the exclusion is based on security concerns, but many Somalis view it as discrimination. One netizen commented, "If we are building a visa-free Africa, it must include all Africans." The Somali government states that this issue goes beyond just visas. It pertains to respect, dignity, and whether Somalia is being treated as an equal partner in the region. Should Kenya reconsider this decision?
There's been a huge shift in Africa's refugee landscape, as Uganda has stopped granting refugee status to new arrivals from Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Somalia. Reason being, the Ugandan government says that these countries are no longer war zones, so asylum claims are being limited, which is a surprise to many as Uganda used to be praised for its decades-long open-door refugee policy. But international funding has dropped sharply, straining not only their food supplies, but also their shelter and healthcare services. This new change has affected thousands who are already planning to go there, leaving many new arrivals stuck. However, this new change does not affect already recognized refugees in Uganda. Their refugee status will stay valid. Let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are about this whole situation, because it's kind of mad how...
Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I saw the video of many Africans actually saying, oh, we don't want the Somalis, we just want to be on our own and all of that. You know, we don't want them in our own country. They should go back to their own countries and all that and fix their own homes. You know, people sharing their, their reasons. Well, I'm going to let the rest of the videos roll, then I'll come back with more commentary. Please do well to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And credit belongs to original creators of these videos. Don't forget to drop your own take in the comment section as we watch together. So let's go watch, then I'll come back with more commentary.
So Trump just said that Somalians don't belong in America anymore. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Somali community in Minnesota has been falsely diagnosing children with autism to receive taxpayer handouts and taking advantage of the system. They then take those funds and they funnel it back home to Somalia, subsequently funding a terrorist organization known as Al-Shabaab. This new Medicaid system would cost taxpayers $2.6 million, at least that's what they said. The first year, 2020, was $3 million, 2021 was $20 million, and then just 3 years later, it quintupled to $100 million, and 2025 was on track to cost taxpayers $120 million for the year. 40% of Somalian households in Somalia receive remittances from, relatives, friends, family, whatever, in the United States, totaling the annual remittance to Somalia $1.7 billion, which is more than the Somalian government's budget. Here's how it works. The Minnesota taxpayers work hard. They have the job, they pay their taxes, they hope that in return for taking care of the system will take care of them in exchange. It doesn't, because the Somalians who are here are taking advantage. They're misdiagnosing children with autism and claiming to need more government assistance than they really do. They then take the money, the government assistance that they have stolen, the money that they have stolen from taxpayers, and they send it back to Somalia, where it is received by numerous groups, one of which happens to be an Al-Qaeda-backed terror group named Al-Shabaab. Who could have possibly guessed that people coming from a country with an IQ of 67 wouldn't actually contribute anything to society?
The majority of Americans across the country, regardless of political party, know that immigrants from all over the world, Somalia, India, wherever they're from, Latin America, Africa, that immigrants have built this country and make this country what it is today.
I want you to pay attention to what she did. Look at every place she mentioned. And what do they all have in common? I'm going to give you 3 to 4 seconds to think about that. What do they all have in common? Yeah, it's that she didn't mention anywhere white people came from. She mentioned everywhere but Europe. Funny how that works, isn't it? From like the 1600s till the let's say like the 1960s, 90 to 96% of all immigrants to the United States were white Europeans. So she's using careful wording to make it seem like non-white immigrants played a bigger role than what they did. So yes, immigrants did play a major role in building this country, but it wasn't Somalis and it wasn't a bunch of people from India. Immigrants that played the biggest role were white Europeans, is what it is. But it's not convenient to her narrative, so she wants to try to manipulate people into thinking something else. It's actually quite irritating for me because it's not giving credit where it's due and it's painting a picture that is not true. But as we know, they have to manipulate people's perception for political reasons. Anyway, just a reminder, I have a free email newsletter I send out every morning at 7 a.m. That's a great place to get direct information from me and one of the only places I can't be censored. The link's in my profile. Just go to my profile, click the link. You'll see a little screen for you to drop your email in, hit subscribe, and you'll be good to go.
So now it's as if, other Africans do not even want them to come to their own country. Everybody's like, go fix your home, go back to your home, because if you are so bold, like you keep saying, oh, well, your place is better, your house is better, this is a place where you're in America where you're getting everything, and all of a sudden you keep talking ill about them. You keep, talking to them disrespectfully. Is it these other countries that you will not look down on? So now these countries are like, we don't even want you here. Kenyans especially is even the one I'm seeing, okay, saying that they don't want them. And a lot of them, there's even a video of a Kenyan lady which is spreading, I think you can see it in one of my videos, where she was saying that she doesn't want that if, their government takes back any of those Somalis that have been deported from America, that they will be protesting on the streets. They say they don't want them, that everybody just go back to your own country. Some countries not putting them, some African countries not putting them on, visa-free countries, because they say they just don't want them. Other countries removing them from their refugee status and all of that, because they say their country has escaped war. Like there's nothing happening there anymore, that they should go back to their country. But the truth still remains that there is drought in their country, because most of the videos we're seeing, a lot of them still live in, refugee camps, IDP camps, because they are looking for food and water. They can't even access this. And I just keep asking this question. With all the billions we are hearing that was, taken away from Minnesota and all of that, all the allegedly money that we are hearing, being taken away, where was it going to? Why was it not using to better your country or something? Like, if you guys are making a lot of money, why not using it to help your own country, right? So all of these questions is just something that is in the heart of a lot of people, and people just keep asking, if your country is still like that, then what is really happening? Why didn't you find a way to help your own people? Change, the narrative, change the way their life is, change anything about them. Just help your own people. It's quite unfortunate that we're seeing some of these things play out right now, right? And the arrogance is still much. Like, the more you feel that they are becoming humble, the more it looks as if that nothing is even being done. Like, these guys are still doing their own thing. And I keep seeing most of these videos and I'm like, no, you guys can't be serious. Your home cannot be like this, and you guys are over there making money, driving the best cars, and instead of you finding a way to help them, help your people back home, you're over there making noise about who is jealousing you and who is not jealous of you. Meanwhile, you are living in another man's country. You are being helped by other people to the point where you are today, instead of you finding a way to help your own country. I always tell people, when you are anywhere, remember home. Because one day, they might just tell you to go back, and you need to go back to something. Right? But guys, let me know what you all think in the comment section about some of these African countries, like saying we don't even want you guys, just telling the Somalis that they just want them to stay back wherever they are coming or go back to their country. Share your own take in the comment. Let's have that conversation. Credit belongs to original creators of these videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And of course, drop your own take in the comment section. I look forward to seeing you all on my next. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and see you all next time. Bye, guys.